Do not transfer your property on your child's name. So here's what it is, right? If you transfer the property on your child's name, the government of Canada can tax you up to 25% on the current market value of the property. That means whatever appreciation you have gained over a period of time is gone. So instead, register a trust, transfer the property to that trust, make the child the beneficiary of your trust, and upon your death, through the trust, your child shall receive the property completely tax-free.
Did you know that there's a way to transfer your wealth to your heirs tax-free? Yes, you've heard it right, it's tax-free. Now, you may be too young for this to be applicable to you, so this may be for your parents, for your titos and titas. So listen up and you may be able to share this with them. Alright, so there are two ways to do that. But before that, let's put it into context. Now, when a person dies here in the Philippines, you have to pay estate tax. I think all over the world has that. You have to pay tax in the government, in this case, the BIR. You have to pay 6% of your total assets, not just your properties, right? But the total assets like money in the bank, other investments, your businesses, your ownership in a stock or in a company. All your assets will be added, and then it will be total, and then the total amount will be will be computed, and then less some deductions, then it will be multiplied to 6%, and then that's your estate tax. For simple computation, if your total assets is 100 million pesos, then your estate tax is 6 million pesos. You have to pay that to BIR before you will be able to transfer your properties, unfreeze your bank accounts because your bank account will be freezed, right? So that you'll be able to withdraw it and distribute it accordingly. Like, you cannot sell a property cleanly without paying the estate tax of the deceased owner. Alright, so that's very important. Now, the two ways to be able to transfer your wealth tax-free is, number one, you can use a single pay VUL. Just like in AIA, we have Money Tree, and that's our product, that single pay VUL. And then, for another way is using an endowment plan. Specifically, an endowment plan that covers you up to age 100. Again, in AIA, we have the A+ signature, all right, that gives you payout every 2 years for the rest of your life. All right, so the idea is, if you have money, let's say you have 10 million pesos, instead of you transferring it to your heirs, let's say to your son or your daughter, because when you do that, you relinquish the control of your money immediately while you're still alive. So instead of doing that, you may want to just buy a single pay VUL, and then upon death of the owner, all right, the ownership transfers to the insured. No, so you will not be the insured will be your child or your heir. So since your child is still alive and then the owner dies, the ownership transfer to the child, to the insured, at the time of death instantaneously. So it skips the transferring of ownership. All right, so it will not be subject to estate tax because of that. You can also do that in the endowment plan, right? You buy endowment plan, no, so hulog ka every month, and then, or every year, right? And then you'll be, upon death of the owner, the benefits will be enjoyed now by the new owner, which in this case, the insured, which will be your son or your daughter. Alright, so I have videos about the A+ signature here in TikTok as well, and also in YouTube. I also have videos about the Money Tree, the single pay VUL, in my YouTube channel. Probably if you have questions, hit me up here, and then I can answer with some new videos. No, but that's the idea. You can use a single pay VUL or an endowment plan that covers you up to age 100, so that upon death of the insured, the ownership of that insurance policy, of that endowment plan, of that single pay VUL will be transferred instantaneously to the new owner, which is the insured son or daughter. And then it skips paying the estate taxes.
Do not let your parents give you their house. Instead, do what the rich do. Son, I'm retiring soon, and I'm ready to give you my house. Dad, are you crazy? Do not put that house under my name. Really? You don't want this house? I mean, of course I want the house, but you've owned it for such a long time. The property value has appreciated, which means if you transfer the house to my name today, I'm going to be responsible for all the capital gains taxes on the property when I decide to sell it. I really want to give you this house. What else can we do? Just put me in a living trust and add me as a beneficiary. So when you die in 30 years, I can inherit the property tax-free through the stepped up in cost basis. Okay, so let me get this straight. Don't transfer assets in your kid's name, but instead open up a trust fund? Exactly. So that way we don't pay any taxes and we create generational wealth. That's crazy. I know school didn't teach you this, so where did you learn this from? You're right, school didn't teach me any of this. That's why I just follow the money debunker for all the moves in the game.
Don't ever let your parents give you their house, but instead, do what rich people do. Hey honey, so I'm retiring and I'm gonna give you the house. Wait, mom, no. Don't put that in my name. What? You don't want it? Well, of course I do, but you've owned the house for such a long time and the property value has really appreciated. So if you're transferring the property in my name today, then I'm gonna be the one in charge of paying all of those property taxes once I sell it. Okay, so what do I do? Well, put it in a living trust and add me as a beneficiary. So eventually I can inherit the property tax-free. Okay, that actually makes sense. How did you learn this? I follow Vetted for the best tips that these companies don't want you to know.